Hello everybody, welcome back. I hope you're doing great. So hopefully this looks okay. I haven't recorded with a small tripod in a while, and I haven't recorded on a Sunday in a while. So I think it looks fine, but if I feel like it starts getting too dark or something, or the lighting keeps changing, I'll probably put the small light that I have, but hopefully this looks okay. Today we have another random video, and we are actually going to be talking about a soloist called Soojin. I have a couple of reactions of her on my channel. I'll put them all below if you want to watch them, but we are going to be talking about her. If you don't know, she was a member of Idol and she's now a soloist, and I think she could be a bigger soloist if it wasn't for the company that she's under. So I wanted to talk about it because I see a lot of people talking about this. I just wanted to give my 2 cents about it. So I love her music. I love what she has released so far. It's been very little, but it's been really good, and I don't like seeing her talent go to waste because of poor promotion and the company not doing as much with her. So I wanted to talk about it, talk a little bit about her and her music, and then about what I think of the companies, what is happening, and all of that. So that is basically what we're going to be talking about. Again, like I mentioned, she was an Idol. Before Idol was with a G, now it is without the G, but she was from debut to 2021, if I better remember from what I was looking. And I feel like she was popular when she was in that group. I feel like a lot of people like her visuals, her dancing, her vocals. You know, she got a lot of the dancing parts when it comes to Idol and all of that. And I think people just loved her personality. She's very shy outside the stage and all of that, but she has a very strong presence and it's very charismatic when she's on stage performing. So I think a lot of people really did like her when she was on Idol. Then something happened. I tried putting it in the order. I don't know if I'm missing stuff or things happened before, but this is kind of the order that I found things happened. Something is missing. You can all let us know in the comments below. So, and I'm not gonna get too into it, but just for you guys to have a little bit of background. So what happened was that on February of 2021, she was being accused of bullying, and again at that time she was under Q Entertainment because she was an Idol, and the company started like checking facts as they always do, and they denied it. Now, being accused of bullying, it's a very hard accusation in Korea. There is a lot of idols that I feel like get accused of bullying, and then some of them ended up not being true. Some of them end up being true, and the idol receives a lot of hate, and they even end up leaving the group to not, you know, how should I say it? So nothing happens to the group in the future and all of that. And some of them come back and do solo, some of them don't and decide to do something else. But it's a very hard accusation when they you know, accuse an idol of bullying, and things have happened with that with a couple of groups and all of that. But so then after, there was an actress that kept appearing when I was looking information. Her name is Soojin, I think is how you pronounce it, but she apparently hinted on an Instagram story that she was a victim of bullying by Soojin when they were on middle school together, and Soojin then denied it, of course, in a statement that the company put. After that, the first alleged victim of bullying met with Soojin in the company. I don't know if that's true, but that's something in the timeline that kept appearing. And then apparently a classmate came forward and said that the bullying accusations weren't true. The whole thing, I don't know if it happened, but it kept appearing. Then this whole thing continues in March when the company decides to stop Soojin's activity, like solo activities and group activities and all of that. And then the actress, again, Soojin, I'm butchering her name, I'm sorry, said that she was bullied by Soojin for 2 years when they were in school. So she kind of says her name for the first time. This actress got a lot of hate from Soojin's fans because of what she said. It was a whole thing also. And then on August 2021, I found this actually, was that Cube released a statement announcing that Soojin was going to leave the group. So essentially the statement is very short. It says, "This Cube Entertainment. First, the agency apologizes for having caused concern through the controversy associated with our artist Soojin. Today we are announcing the decision that Soojin will be leaving the group. Idol will henceforth promote as 5 members. We will continue to do our best and provide unstinting support so that Idol can show their growth in music and performance. Thank you." That's basically what it says. She was being on hiatus for a couple of months at this time. So when I saw it, I was like, I get a feeling she's gonna leave, because again, there's times when these idols leave because of the accusations to not, nothing happens with the group, bring hate to the group, I should say. So that happened in August, and then I did read somewhere that Soojin did file a lawsuit against the person that started the rumors, but that didn't fully happen. Nothing came from it. I think they both decided to not do anything, and it was just put to a stop, I'm guessing, because I didn't find anything that something happened with the lawsuit. So I think it was just dropped after a while. And then after all this, Soojin just kind of disappeared. She wasn't, posting anything on Instagram. I don't think she had like a personal Instagram at this time, and she just took time off. I'm guessing that's what happened throughout this whole thing, because this took a couple of months. People were very divided on this. Some people didn't fully believe it, and they were defending Soojin online with everything, and there were some people that believe it. Again, bullying accusations are a very hard accusation on K-pop idols, and it puts the fandom on mix, and it becomes a little bit of fan wars and everything, because people are just giving their opinions left and right, and it just becomes chaos, which again is why a lot of those idols just decide to leave the group and just do something else, or took some time off and then come back, which is basically what she did. Still there were fans that were sad that she left Idol, but the group continued without her, and just recently they changed the name. They took the G out, and they have been putting a lot of more music out for sure. They even renewed contract with Cube and all that. So with Idol, everything has been doing well, at least. Then Soojin debuted solo after I think a year or two that she took off and rested and everything. So right now she's under a company called BRD Communications. All I could find was that this company was established on 2023, and that there is another soloist called Ben. Nothing else. There is not that much information about this company, so I'm guessing because it is fairly new, there isn't that much. So I don't know, it looks like a new company. That's all I can find about it. As for her solo music, she debuted on November 2023 with a mini album, and the title track was Agashi, and then she released another mini album on 2024 with the title track Mona Lisa, and then just recently on August of 2025 she did the comeback with the single Batitude. I think I have a reaction on all 3 on my channel, and again, if I do, I'll put them below if you want to see them. The first 2 songs, if you have listened to it, if you don't, the first 2 songs are very elegant feeling. There's like an elegance to it that I really like. It's very different from the recent one. Batitude is very sexy, full on sexy, and you can see a difference when they were putting videos of like making the music video and the dance and all of that. They said that they wanted to show a different version of Soojin on stage, which is why this whole comeback feels different and all of that, to see if it works with the public, I'm guessing. As for her debuting solo, again, it was mixed reactions from people. You got people that were very excited of her debuting solo because they mixed her, and there were people that weren't very excited because for some people the bullying allegations were never resolved, were never confirmed or denied, which that is very true. If you kind of see the timeline a little bit of what I told you, they never said no, she wasn't a part of it or she didn't do that, but they never said, hey, yes, she did this and she apologizes. It was never really confirmed or denied. It was just put to the side in a way. I don't know. So a lot of people are like how can you be back when they never finish, you know, the bullying allegations and all of that. Again, very mixed things, and I will always say it, bullying allegations are very intense in Korea, especially with idols. And as for her music, people like it. People like that there's another side of her as a soloist that they didn't see fully on Idol. Now on Idol they released a lot of different type of songs and concepts when she was on the group, but the concept that she has as a soloist I still think is a little bit different. So I think that's why some people kind of like that they're seeing something else from her, especially the last one that she released. So here we go with the issues that I'm thinking, because yes, there's some people that aren't that excited about her debuting solo, but there's people out there that don't know anything about her and that they could probably become a fan of her if the company was doing a better job of promoting her. But I'm kind of a little bit ahead of myself. So I see a lot of people saying essentially that Soojin's career hasn't taken off properly because of the company. So I'm gonna give my 2 cents about it. The main one, and is the one that I'm gonna be talking the most, and I have mentioned it already, is promotion and comebacks. That is the main thing here. She's not getting enough promotion and she's not getting enough comebacks. If you have noticed, she has essentially 1 comeback a year. Now I understand this company might be a smaller one, money might be tight, I don't even know, but it comes around to, if you want your artist to get known, if you want the artist, you know, to gain fan base and grow and all of that, you're gonna need to spend a little bit of money, not only like quality music videos and music, but also promotion and the artist being able to go to different shows, let it be on YouTube or TV shows or whatever it may be, to promote themselves. Now maybe it is that she doesn't like doing any of that and she just prefers going on music shows, but even on music shows it is a very short time for promoting, so it's not enough time for people to kind of get to know her, at least through her music shows and presenting whatever song she has released. So we need to talk about the tours as well, because if you don't know, which I didn't know, which I think this is bad, if people don't know about this, I don't think promotion on tours has been doing, but she has tried to do a tour twice. I didn't know anything about this until I started looking like information. It keeps appearing tour, and I saw a TikTok from somebody that was talking about a canceled tour, and I was like, she was touring? Okay, so I was like, okay, let me look for it, see why it was cancelled, so I can kind of add it to this video, because I think it shows that promotion is not being done well. And then I realized, oh wait, this is the second time they have tried to do a tour and it got cancelled. Promotion for the tours has been horrible, okay, and that's the main thing that people have said about both tours. Promotion is non-existent from them at all. They have tried to do it twice, they have cancelled twice, and there is like a whole other conversation about tours and prices and all that I'm not gonna get into. But the first one that they tried to do was last year, 2024, and it was a fan concert called Summer Days. It was starting on Asia, and then from what I found, that did happen. The days that they had on Asia did happen. I think it was like 2 or 3. That did happen, but there was supposed to be a North America dates, which was the other part of this tour, and that one got cancelled. Now I couldn't find like something properly, like I couldn't find the days that she was supposed to be in North America or stuff like that. I even went to the official Instagram to see if I can find something. Nothing at all, so I don't know if they just deleted everything so there was no trace of it. But I did find on Reddit the actual like announcement of cancellation. It says, notice of cancellation, hello, we are Everline, which I think that was the company that was doing the whole tour, I think. First we want to thank all the fans who has been eagerly waiting for the performance. We truly appreciate your support, and we also want to sincerely apologize. We regret to inform you that the scheduled the 2024 Soojin fan concert Summer Days North America tour, that is a long name, has been cancelled due to unavoidable circumstances from the organizers. We regret to inform you of this cancellation. We apologize for any inconvenience it might cause. Thank you for your understanding and continued support. Thank you once again. That was the basically a statement that they put that it was cancelled. This year, 2025, it was their second attempt then on a North American tour again. They announced the date that I actually could find an article talking about this one. Mainly, I'm pretty sure because it was more recent, but still, the other one was 2024. I couldn't even find the dates of that one. And I looked, couldn't find anything. But this one was announced on June. It says it was called Summer Days, and it was a couple of days. Actually, it was a lot of days. She was gonna be in Vancouver, Seattle. I'll put the post so you can not poster I should say, so you can see it. Seattle, San Francisco, Los Angeles, Phoenix, Denver. She just had a bunch of dates. You'll see it. It was going to be a big tour, honestly. It was supposed to start actually now in September. So they had that. They started, I'm guessing, selling tickets and all of that. But then this recently was that got cancelled. So at least I could find this statement that they put, but essentially the statement says, due to unforeseen circumstances, we regret to inform you that the upcoming Summer Days US tour has been cancelled. Please be assured that this decision is unrelated to the artists, and their health and activities remain unaffected. We sincerely apologize for the disappointment this may cause and kindly ask you for your understanding. Further updates will be shared as soon as they become available. Thank you for your continued support. That was the statement that they put on this one. And then they got criticized for cancelling a second tour. I didn't know she was going to do a tour. Okay, it's not like I would have been able to go, but I didn't know absolutely anything. It wasn't until I saw that some kind of tour was being cancelled and I was like, oh, she was touring what? But I did saw a lot of people talking about ticket sales, and people think that circumstances that they always talk about think of ticket sales, because the tickets weren't selling in any of the venues that this tour was going to happen. Now I did, before everything got like deleted and everything, went to like check the venues. Weren't big, okay? They were small venues in a way, from what I could see, the few that I was able to see. And still tickets, there were still front row tickets on sale. But then I feel like it was way too expensive. I think, again, this is a whole conversation we can have about tours and ticket prices and everything, but a lot of tours has been happening, and I think companies haven't fully understand how to price ticket properly, how to properly book a venue that will be the best for your artist. The same thing has been happening with From Miss 9. They are on a tour, or they did a tour. They were doing a tour, I don't know if it's still happening, if it finished, and tickets weren't selling for that one either, and the venues I think were bigger than the ones from Soojin. I think companies be like, okay, this group is kind of big in Korea, it's gonna be the same international, we're just gonna put, I don't know, bigger venues. I don't think that's how it works. You know, I think you need to analyze a little bit more fan base internationally to kind of decide which venue is better for your artist. With Soojin, I don't think the venues were that big, but again, the issue is because everything is so expensive, even though they book smaller venues, they put the ticket prices so high up. Again, I couldn't find how much was the ticket for this tour, but still, it is expensive. Or what they do is they book way too big venues, put the tickets expensive. Nobody's gonna, again, it's a whole conversation that we can have about tours and prices and all of that, which that can be done another time. People were angry that this tour was cancelled, but also she barely has music to do a tour. We gotta be honest here. You know, she has 2 mini albums, so she has a couple of songs there to perform, but title tracks, essentially she only has 3 so far. So I don't know exactly how that tour was going to happen, you know, how the performances were gonna be. Maybe she was going to do covers, dance covers even. Maybe she was gonna do a lot more of those other songs in the mini albums, plus the title tracks. I don't know how the whole tour was going to happen. She released Body 2, so I'm guessing the whole point of her releasing Body 2 was to do that tour, and that was going to be like the essence of the tour. So now that that isn't happening, you know, it makes me think that all the money was spent on canceling tours, because canceling a tour is also expensive. So you got like penalties and stuff that you have to pay for canceling on the venue and all of that. Promotion for the single is also not great. Now at that time that I was looking for information, Body 2 was already released and there was nothing about music show performances. Up to now I think she has done like 3 music show performances, I think. But it took a while for them to do music show performances, and I'm guessing it's because they were supposed to be on tour touring this new song, and because the tour got cancelled they had to regroup and be like, okay, we probably need to put you on music shows. So that's why it probably took like a week of her being able to like promote this on music shows, and I think so far has been like 3 or 4 performances, I think. I'm not entirely sure. I'm hoping, honestly, and this is gonna sound a little bit bad, I'm hoping they don't try to do a tour again, okay? I don't think she needs to do a tour right now. I think she needs promotion. Again, instead of spending your money on tours, spend it on promotion, spend it on making her have a little bit more comebacks in a year. So far it's been once a year. That is not enough if you want to build a new fan base with her. So I think instead of spending money on tours that are probably going to be cancelled and then you're going to spend even more money because of the cancellation fees and all of that, use that money for more promotion, more comebacks, kind of try to make everything better, you know, for that fan base to grow. Again, this last comeback, at least she has been performing in a music show, so that's something. But aside from that, I don't see anything else. She has posted like a behind the scenes of her like learning the dance and making the music video and all that, which a lot of groups do that. But aside from all of that, there's nothing else. You know, there's a lot of YouTube shows happening right now that a lot of idols go to promote. I haven't seen her in any of those. Outside of YouTube, I haven't seen her promoting. Again, it might be that she doesn't like any of that, but the company could kind of try and do something that will help her promote in a way that she feels comfortable, because they're not even trying to do that even. So I don't know, I think her comebacks do well. I think it does get the attention of the public, but it's public that is already has been with her since day one. It's not really attracting new people to kind of build that fan base, and I don't see anything being done about that. Now there hasn't been any more updates. Again, they have been uploading YouTube videos about the comeback and all of that. I did order this album, so I will be doing an unboxing. I do hope they don't try to pull a tour again. I know it's sad, I know it sounds horrible, but I don't think they're ready for that. I don't think she's ready for that. I don't think her fan base is established enough in Korea and internationally to even be trying to do a tour, and I don't think they have fully understand that, and they keep trying, and then they see it doesn't sell. It's like, we are not gonna be able to pay all of this, so we're gonna have to cancel, you know what I mean? This last comeback, she was showing a lot more sexy image of her, and I think they caught the attention from the public. Maybe that's something that they can kind of do moving forward to see if it works. So we will see what happens. I don't know exactly when the next comeback is gonna be, because again, so far it's been only once a year, which that's a whole nother thing that shouldn't be happening. She should at least have it like twice a year if you want, you know, to people to get to know her. So I don't know what's going to happen, but it's kind of frustrating because I do think she's very talented, and I do think there's people out there that do really like her and her music, but seeing a company that is barely doing something with her, it's kind of sad. I've seen a lot of people comparing it a lot to the other artists under this company, Ben, I think it was how the person was called, because a lot of people are saying that the other artists get a lot more promotion and a lot more music than her. Now, I couldn't find too much about the other artists, so that's why I didn't mention or gave my opinion on that side, but that is something that a lot of people have been mentioning. So I don't know, I hope things get well. and it does get better in the future, but again, only time will tell. But let me know what you guys think about this. Are you a fan of her? How you listen to her songs? Do you think the company is actually doing a good job? Let me know in the comments below. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. I hope you're doing great, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. Bye bye.